The wind howled, low, endless. It carried whispers I couldn't understand, faint, distant, yet calling my name. I was alone. The land stretched into darkness, no end, no beginning. A world swallowed by silence. Above me, the sky was empty, not a single star. Before me, a river, black, still, unmoving. It reflected nothing, not the sky, not the world, not even me. A shiver ran through my spine. I didn't know why I was here, not fully, but I knew one thing. I could not turn back. Then, a voice, deep, ancient, unshaken by the wind. "Why have you come?" I turned sharply. There, sitting atop a stone, was the shaman. His cloak, dark as the void itself, rippled slightly in the wind. He had been waiting for me, as if he had always been here. His eyes, deep, endless, pierced through me. And in that moment, I knew. He already knew my answer, but he wanted me to say it. I swallowed hard. My throat was dry. "I came to find my path," I whispered. The shaman tilted his head. Silence. Then a chuckle, low, knowing, like a man who had seen the same mistake 1,000 times before. "Your path?" he repeated. He let the words linger in the air, unrushed, measured. "You still believe you have one?" A chill ran through my body. Something about his voice, something in his tone, told me that I was not ready for what came next. I clenched my fists. "I don't understand. If all roads lead to the same place, then what is the point of walking?" The shaman gestured to the river. "Look down." I obeyed. In the dark water I saw my feet, but they were not mine alone. They were covered in dust, layers upon layers, thick with the weight of ages, and beneath the dust, other footprints intertwined with my own, my father's, my mother's, my ancestors'. Every step they had taken, every decision they had made, had become part of me. I gasped. "What is this?" I whispered. "Your inheritance," the shaman said simply. "You have carried it with you all your life. The weight of generations, the stories of those who came before. They have walked before you, so you never questioned the path beneath your feet. But tell me." He looked up, his eyes sharp as the edge of a blade. "Did you ever choose it?" A lump formed in my throat. Had I? Had I ever truly chosen my steps? Or had I simply walked where others told me to go? "This is why the old ones wash the feet of their students before initiation," the shaman continued. "Not as an act of submission, but as a ritual of cleansing. The feet carry the past. To begin a new path, one must first be freed from the dust of the old." He reached to the river and cupped a handful of water. "Will you cleanse yourself of what was given to you?" I hesitated. "And if I do?" I asked. "Then you will no longer be bound by the choices of the dead," he said. "But you will also lose the comfort of knowing where you are going." The river was cold against my skin as I lowered my feet into its depths. As I watched, the dust dissolved, peeling away like the shedding of an old skin. And in that moment, I felt something shift. The shaman stood and pointed to the riverbank. There, a pyre stood tall, and upon it lay a body. My body. I staggered back. "What is this?" "The funeral of your destiny," the shaman said. "The death of all you were told to be." The air around us thickened. The weight of the past still clung to me, even as my feet had been cleansed. "Burn it," the shaman commanded. "Let it go." "And what happens if I do?" I asked. "Then you will be free," he said. "But you will have no road to follow. You will no longer be walking the path of your ancestors. You will have to build your own." A cold wind blew against my skin. I thought of all I had lost, all I had suffered, all I had carried for so long. With trembling hands, I took a torch. The flames flickered in the dark. licking at the wind like a hungry beast. And then I set fire to myself. The flames engulfed the pyre. The embers danced toward the sky. The old me was gone, the power to create. I turned back to the shaman. Then, what now? He smiled. Now you take your first real step. I hesitated. My feet were clean, free of dust. The ground before me was empty. And then I stepped forward. The moment my foot touched the earth, the path formed beneath me. It did not exist before, but now it did, and it was mine. There is no destiny, the shaman said, watching me go. There is only what you create. I am the way.